And welcome back to Metro Morning Live. Joining me now is blues extraordinaire singer Mr. Sip. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Sip. Just talk a little bit about how you got involved into performing like you did.
Well, it's a joy for me. I believe in spreading the joy. I have fun doing what I'm doing. So the fun that I'm having, what comes from the heart reaches the heart. So therefore, I pour my heart out into what I'm doing, and I see the magic happen out in front of me, man. And that's just the awesome thing. The love for the music, most of all.
You are an amazing entertainer. Just talk about how you got started in I guess, being an entertainer, being a guitar player and all of that.
Okay, well, I started playing guitar when I was age 6. And everybody in my family either play, sing, or write, so it was just a natural instinct for me to pick it up. Started traveling with my auntie, Grace King, out of Macomb, Mississippi, when I was 8. And I've been rocking and rolling ever since, man. I played gospel for the last 22 years, took 2 years off, and wanted to do something different and started playing traditional blues. And the last 2 years of my life, man, we've moved all around the United States and several countries overseas, man. So we're just excited.
Now, were you one of those gospel players that had to sneak and play the blues when your family wasn't around?
Yes, sir. They call it the devil's music. But as I got older, I learned that all music is great music. It's only 7 notes of music. And a C is a C, a A is an A. No matter if you're playing rock and roll, blues, gospel, it's all the same thing. So I explain it in workshops now as I go around different states and do workshops. I let them know that it's only 7 notes to music. And whichever way you flip it, it's still going to be one of those 7 notes.
Now, tell me about your on-stage performance. How did you come up with that? I mean, it's amazing the way you dance and you play and the way you perform on stage. Just talk about how you came up with that routine.
Basically, and I wouldn't say it's a routine. It's what I feel. I basically do what I feel. The music is joyful to me. So therefore, I work so much. I work behind the scenes. A lot of people don't know that I'm a business brain behind the music scene as well. So when I get on stage, that's like my recess. I have that's my little 10-minute recess. And you know how kids do for recess. They're gonna run, they're gonna play, they're gonna jump, So that's what it is for me. I want it to be very entertaining to the audience. A lot of times when people pay a ticket, they want to see something. They don't want to see nobody just stand up and sing or just sit there and sing. So, I get into what I do, and as I do that, I see it draws them into what we do as well.
Mm-hmm. And do you see that when you first come out on stage? I mean, you look unassuming. You have your black suit on, you have your little glasses on, and do you think people say, "Oh, he ain't gonna do nothing," until you turn it out?
That's every time, and that's the joy of it. It's not knowing what they're about to get until after maybe the first 15 seconds of what's going on. I walk around at the show, with my suit on, my little nerd glasses, and it was like, oh my God, I know this guy's not playing blues. He can't be gonna do much, and that's the thing, is to get their attention to see what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, treat me mean, girl. Oh, I mean, you just do me any old kind of way.
Wow. And just tell me about some of your travels.
Travels, man. We've been on the road ever since. Well, we won the International Blues Challenge in January, which is the IBC. We've been on the road ever since then. We did Maine, we did Chicago Blues Fest, we did Germany, Florida, Midland, Texas, and we pretty much every weekend, 50 of the 52 weekends of 2014, we've been on the road, man, and we're just grateful for that, sharing our interpretation of the blues. And it's not just the blues, but I'm a church boy, so the church come out of me as well, and it's a wonderful thing in that setting because people still need to know, that he's king.
Do you teach guitar? guitar, or do you? The reason I asked, we have a guy here. His name is Ed Bishop. He wants to learn how to play guitar, but he can't play a blade of grass, man. So is it hard to teach a guitar?
It's not hard. It's not hard at all. And I do believe Mr. Bishop can get it if I sat down with him and teach him.
I sure would like to see him put the moves on that you do. I don't think he can get that.
I believe he can get it because once he starts feeling it, it's like you do what you feel. And when you feel good, sometimes you want to move, you want to rock, you want to glide, you want to slide. So that's what the music does, you know. It makes you want to do all those things. So, yeah, I'm quite sure anybody can do it. I've seen ages from 8 to 80 get on down, you know. So it can happen, man.
Ooh, say that you love me, girl. Hey, every night to go out and play.
How do you select the songs you play, or do you go in with a set number of songs you play during your set?
Basically, and this is strange, and as I do festivals, everybody asks for my set list. I don't have a set list. I always know the first song I'm going to do. Everything after that, I kind of read the crowd, pay attention to what's going on, and I do it as I feel it. And you know, I feed from the energy of the crowd, which, you know, I give energy to the crowd. So therefore, you know, as a split second, everything happens as a split second. And I think my band members think I'm crazy sometimes because they be like, "What we gonna do tonight?" And I give them the first song, and we got 2 hours to play. You know, I said, "Just follow me after that." You know, so they never know what I'm gonna do, man.
Mr. Sip, you have to see him when he comes to a town near you. Anything else you'd like to add, sir?
Yeah, just go to my Facebook page. That's Mr. Sip, the Mississippi Blues Child. There's an icon up under there that says like. I want you to smash it right now. Bam.
Mr. Sip, we appreciate it. And how did Mr. Sip come about?
Mr. Sip, well, I'm from Mississippi. So therefore, I'm claiming to be Mr. Mississippi. And there's a tag on the end of it, the Mississippi Blues Child, where you got B.B. King from Mississippi, Howlin' Wolf, Muddy Waters, Willie Dixon, Bo Diddley is from Macomb, the same hometown I live in. So 60 years later, here comes the Blues Child. So that's what you got, Mr.
Well, they
Sip.
can jam in Macomb, can't they?
Oh, they get on down, baby. they get on down, man.
We really appreciate it, man. Good luck to you. Anything we can do, let us know.
I think you got it.
All right. That's Mr. Sip. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.
And baby, if the thrill is gone,